Hi everyone, this is Kevin Flynn bringing you some beginner's yoga. Today we're working on a beginner's flow. You can choose to use a block to sit on, really just come into any comfortable seated position. Turn your palms face up, lengthen your spine and relax your shoulders. Take a full inhale through your nose, out of your mouth. With your inhale, fill your belly, fill your ribs, fill your chest. And then exhale out of your chest, out of your ribs, out of your belly. Again, inhale, fill your belly, fill your ribs, fill your chest. Exhale out of your chest, out of your ribs, out of your belly. Good. Again, inhale, fill your belly, fill your ribs, fill your chest. Exhale out of your chest, out of your ribs, and out of your belly. Release your hands down by your sides, and we'll start connecting breath to movement. With your inhale, sweep your arms up and overhead. With your exhale, turn your palms down. Let your arms rest by your sides. Inhale, arms up and overhead. Turn your palms face down. Exhale, arms down by your sides. One more time. Inhale, arms up and overhead. Palms down. Exhale, arms by your sides. Now setting up for seated cat-cow, bring your hands to your knees. Inhale, pull your belly forward, draw your shoulder blades back, gaze up to the ceiling. Exhale, arch your back, round your chin in towards your chest and gaze towards your belly. Again, inhale, pull your belly forward, draw your shoulder blades down and back, gaze up. Exhale, arch your back, round your chin into your chest and send your gaze towards your belly. Inhale, pull your belly forward, draw your shoulder blades down and back, gaze up towards the ceiling, jut your bottom jaw upwards, and then exhale, tuck your chin towards your chest, round your spine in as tight as you can. Inhale, sweep your arms up and overhead, back to neutral spine. We'll take this for a twist to the left. Bring your left hand behind your spine, right hand to left knee. Inhale, find length. And exhale to twist, gaze over your shoulder. Again, inhale, lengthen. Exhale to twist. One more time, inhale, lengthen. And exhale, twist. Inhale, bring your arms back up and overhead, gazing forward. Exhale, twist to the right. Right hand behind your spine, left hand to right knee. Inhale, find length. Exhale, twist and gaze over your shoulder. Again, inhale, lengthen. Exhale to twist. One more time, lengthen. And twist. Inhale back to center, both arms up. Exhale, release, hands to heart center. Take a moment to notice any differences that you feel right now compared to the beginning of practice. We'll make our way into our next posture, that is tabletop position. We'll move to all fours. Bring your wrists underneath your shoulders and your knees underneath your hips. And with your inhale, we'll drop the belly, lift the chin for cow pose, tailbone up towards the ceiling. Exhale, arch your back, round your chin into your chest, and gaze to your belly. Again, inhale, drop your belly, lift your chin, rotate your shoulder blades back. Exhale, arch your back, round your chin into your chest as tight as you can. Good, we'll go one more time. Inhale, belly down, shoulders back, turn your gaze up towards the ceiling, maybe even your chin up. Exhale, tuck your chin towards your chest, tuck your toes, lift your hips, and find your way to our first downward facing dog. In downward dog, we want for our hands, fingertips to be spread wide, our hands to be about shoulder width distance, our feet to be about hips width distance. We want tailbone to extend up towards the ceiling as if there is a cord pulling the tailbone up, and then press your chest back towards your thighs. Inhale, shift forward to high plank. Make sure that your shoulders are stacked over your wrists. Inhale, shift forward 1 inch. Exhale, lower all of the way down. Keep your elbows hugging your side ribs as you lower all the way down. Untuck your toes, bring your hands under your shoulders, and inhale, lift up to cobra. So what we don't want is to have shoulders up towards the ears and shoulders going forward. What we do want is shoulders pulling down and back and heart pulling forward. That way we feel an extension of the spine. We'll hold here for a moment just to get a feeling of it. Again, rotate your shoulder blades down and back. Inhale, press to high plank or tabletop, and then exhale back to downward facing dog. Pedal out your legs. Step to the top of your mat with your inhale, and forward fold with your exhale. Inhale, halfway lift, reach the crown of your head forward, and exhale, forward fold, draw your nose to knees. Inhale to mountain pose. Turn your palms forward, draw your shoulder blades down and back. We're setting up for tree pose. Draw your hands to heart center. And shift your weight into your left leg. Lift your right heel and lift your right toes. Lift the crown of your head up as you extend your left foot down into the earth so that you get a little bit taller. Float your left foot and bring your foot to your calf or to your inner thigh. Get a little bit taller, lift the crown of your head up. You can also kickstand your right foot on your left ankle for a little bit more support. Deepen your breath. Release your arms by your sides. Deepen. Sometimes it's fun to give it a little sway side to side just to make your balance a bit more dynamic. Option to stay longer, or if you're ready to release, bring your hands to heart center and give your arms and legs a little shake out, just a little bit of movement to help lube the joints. And as you are ready, draw hands to heart center, and we've got the second side. Shift your weight into your right leg, lift your left heel, lift your left toes, and lift the crown of your head up towards the ceiling. Bring your foot to your calf or to your inner thigh. Again, you are welcome to kickstand your foot on your ankle if that feels more supportive. Deepen your breath. Draw hands to heart center. Slowly release your foot down to the earth. Inhale, sweep your arms up and overhead. Exhale, forward fold. Draw your nose to knees. Give yourself a squeeze. Inhale, halfway lift, lengthen your spine. Exhale, plant your hands, step back to high plank. Go high to low plank with the exhale. Cobra or up dog with your inhale. And then back to downward dog with your exhale. Inhale, shift forward to forearm plank. Lower your forearms to the earth and be sure that your shoulders are stacked on top of your elbows, as seen here. We want for hips to be maybe a little bit higher than your shoulders. We certainly don't want the hips to be sagging down. Forearm plank, while maybe not one of the most fun postures, is one of the most strengthening postures for our entire body. So even though it might get a bad rap, best bang for your buck here. Deepen your breath. And slowly release your knees and your hips to the earth. Slowly flip over to your back, and we'll set up for our final few postures. First, bridge pose. Bring a bend into your knees. Make sure your middle fingers can touch your heels. And with your next inhale, lift your hips up towards the ceiling. Draw your hands together behind your back. Or you can keep your hands right where they're at. Each inhale, think about lifting your hips a little bit higher. And breathing. Higher still. Still breathing. Fullest expression all the way up. And when you feel ready, we'll slowly lower down vertebra by vertebra to the base of your spine. Hug your knees into your chest. We're setting up for supine twist. Drop your knees over to the left, send your gaze over your right shoulder. With your inhale, fill your chest as deep as you can. Out of your belly, exhale. Again, chest breath in. And belly breath out. Next inhale, bring it back to center. We'll set up for the second side. Sometimes a little counter stretch can be nice. Drop your knees over to the right. Gaze over your left shoulder, if your neck is okay with that. With your inhale, fill your chest. And breathe out of your belly. Again, chest breath in. Belly breath out. Inhale, bring your gaze and your legs back to center. And counter stretch by windshield wipering your legs. And if there's any final wiggles or fidgets that you'd like to get out of your body before we rest in Savasana, feel free to go there. Otherwise, bring your heels to the edges of your mat. Let your feet splay open. Let your arms rest by your sides with your palms face up. If you are brand new to yoga, this is arguably one of the best parts of the practice, where we simply get to receive. There's nothing left to do except for absorb the benefits of your practice. You might be thinking to yourself, that first yoga practice was fairly difficult. Or maybe I'm not flexible enough for yoga, or balanced, or whatever the story might be. It's important that we recognize these limiting statements and simply allow ourselves to be a part of the process. It's much like going on a journey. We don't necessarily only look forward to the final destination, but to the process of it. Stopping and smelling the flowers along the way. Appreciating the moments of peace, the moments of clarity, the moments of groundedness, and the moments of gratitude. Bring your attention to the rise and fall of your belly and your chest. You have the option to stay here longer, or if you are ready to begin moving, take a stretch for the front and back of the room like you're just waking up. And hug your knees into your chest, give yourself a squeeze. You can stay here longer if you'd like, or we'll eventually make our way into a seated position. Take your time to get there, there's no rush. As we bring our practice to a close, it's important that we also realize that small improvements over a long amount of time can make significant changes for our mind, our body, and our health. It is my hope that you do feel maybe more calm or relaxed or flexible or strong. And even if it's not a perceptive amount of change right now, hopefully over time, with practice, with repeated showing up, we can see and feel that change and that transformation. Thank you for making time for your practice today. The light in me bows to the light in you. Namaste. Thanks, yogis. We'll see you soon. Keep up the good work.